Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Let's see here. Okay, let me go there. All right, so it's up there. All right. So I'm gonna type this in. What up, Sick Humor? What's happening? Hit that like button for me, please. What's going on, people? Just what's happening? What's happening? What's happening, Trey BK? And hopefully everything sounds good. I have no idea if the boxes are going to be working or not. Everything went from working to not working. So everything seems to be there. There's that. Okay. Well, as long as everybody can hear me, that's good. What is going on, people? What's happening? What's happening? So certainly hope everybody's having a good hump day. What's up there, Trey Bot? How you doing? Um, so Jemiah Dixon, what's happening, brother? So what is going on? Just trying to make sure all these settings are working, and they don't seem to be because the things are not appearing in the chat screen. But I can see you guys though, so that part of it is working. So, mm, ah, and Mike's Hard Lemonade is working too. So, but what is happening? What is happening? Certainly hope everybody's having a good hump day. Yes, I did beat Gears 5. So I'll give it a review here today. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about PlayStation skipping E3, and it just looks like that Sony is done with E3. I don't know what happened. It does seem abrupt, but yeah, I'll get into that a little bit. Uh, also, there seems to be some more rumors. Let me make that clear. Rumors that Sony has made another major studio purchase, and so that seems to be, as they would say in the business, it has that story seems to have legs. Have to wait and see how that's going to turn out. So you got people waiting on the other. You're sending them over. Okay, yeah, go ahead and send them over here then. So I didn't know there was another one. I go down here, I hit schedule stream, and then it's this. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got to get with now all of a sudden now this thing's starting to work. So what's up, Big Cloud? Yeah, well apparently the I'm scheduling things with OBS and it's not telling people it's setting it up, but then people are in the wrong screen. So shout out to the Trey BK. He's going over there to rescue him like a Commander Shepard. So what's up, Sam Ash? Good morning, everybody. Shout out to everybody. I'm gonna add music in the background. There's some music to add. I can add for friends of mine. He sent me some stuff, some jazz stuff. What's up, Iron Fist? Um, and I'm gonna have some music playing in the background. Hopefully later on today. I'm gonna test it later on today. So I think I had it going one time, then I messed it up. mm. Also, gaming news: Final Fantasy VII. We'll talk about that. That got delayed, which I didn't know that until this morning because I was at work yesterday. And then I got home and had to do some stuff last night. But shout out to is it Young? Yeah, he seems to believe that Final Fantasy 7 is being delayed to go up against something called Cyberpunk. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you're gonna go ahead and get Cyberpunk. I mean, again, I've been on record. I'm not gonna buy it. It looks like that Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and at least with Deus Ex Mankind Divided, you can play that in third person. I really do think, and this is my opinion, I do think CD Projekt Red wet their pants by not making that a third party game or a third person game. I just think that's a huge mistake. Their most successful game has things in third person. So, CRU, how you doing, brother? I've got that now. Let me ask you again: is it Warcraft or Warhammer? Is it Warcraft or Warhammer? I will go ahead and download it today because I'm off today. Of course. The new OBS update is trash. That could have been what was it? Sick. I mean, again, because I can only think of one time when I scheduled a podcast and then everything like Mary, went lock the key. So I really do not like this. I love the overlay and what it lets you do, but there's so many working parts, and when all the parts are working, I'm talking about the Streamlabs. When the parts are working, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But when the parts don't work, like my text scene, I always have a little text thing going on the bottom. That's gone. It just disappeared. So Warframe. Okay, I'll download that today. Thank you, brother. Jemiah Dixon said that CP2077 is for PC consoles. What's a PC console? Should it be is for PC period? Then consoles, capital C, consoles just have access to it. I mean, again, I'm not my PC will not be able to run that, or if I do, I'm gonna have to run it like at 720p. But again, I'm not buying it, so I am getting Final Fantasy 7. So that's just the way it's going to be. So, Jay Barry, what's happening? What's happening? So, what is happening? Hit that like button, people, and share it. Share it with a friend. Bob Pound Max, what is going on? So, let me make sure I get that right. Warframe. All right, I'll download Warframe today. So, you're getting a PC. Corey Massey's getting it. Shout out to Corey Massey at 60 frames per second. Can't look. I don't blame people for buying it. I'm not getting it. I can't play something called Cyberpunk, but I want. I will. If you all stream it, I'll watch it. I'll watch it because you guys are nice enough to come by and swing and do that. I think Spartan God, you can go to the Discord. Let me double check that because that is something I didn't do. So I think you can come in through the Discord through the one that BitCloud set up. And BitCloud was supposed to set up a Twitter for RGT to use as well. Now, BitCloud is doing the Lord's work. What's up, J-Dub City? J-Dub, you got to jump on here one day. I mean, my StreamYards, I'm redoing my StreamYards. So yeah, I'm going to have all that put together. I just got to wait for the man to get my bills paid. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to upgrade my StreamYards thing. And that resets tomorrow. So I'll be doing a StreamYard podcast on Friday morning. Hopefully with all the bells and whistles. But BitCloud, I'm glad you're here. On the 24th and 31st, I will be working. So let me see here if we can go to RGT Army. Open chat. Okay, so I'm in the open chat under RGT Army. So I certainly hope that's doing good. I am going to close this window here. No, actually, I'm going to leave that here. So I'll leave that here because the Ryzen CPU is so much better than the Intel with all this other good stuff. What's up there? V'ger, what is happening? I'm still jealous of Sick Humor's super chat. I'm over here feeling some kind of way. Is that what you kids say? So but shout out to Sick Humor, man. He got that super chat rolling because of the work he puts in. But I'm feeling some kind of way about it. I think that's the way you guys say it. So, uh, so I personally think Sick Humor should give aims to the poor. But shout out to Sick Humor, aka Uncle Sick, for putting in that work, man. This thing, he is right. Don't do it for the subs. Don't do it for the super chats. Just do it to have fun. And you're always gonna have some moist ass fruit booty. There is something in the background. Somebody needs to mute their background. Spartan God, mute your background. What's happening? What's happening? Good morning to you, brother. How you doing? So what's up, JP Loco? I certainly hope. JP Loco, how bad is it down there in Australia? I mean, from the Google world map, it looks like the entire island is on fire. I mean, what's going on down there? The Aborigines helping you all? I mean, what did you all do down there? They're yeah. I mean, they said that I was watching that debate last night. They said there are tornadoes that are just made out of fire. I mean, how is that possible? So what did you all do down there? Who did y'all piss off? So, so y'all pissed somebody off. So, so what is up there, Mr. Pullian? What is going on? Ice Queen, how are you doing? I hope you're feeling good. Paul G is here for some common sense on gaming news. Well, I definitely hope to deliver. So, the Nightbot is in effect. Oh my goodness, the Nightbot is here. It is brutalizing people already in the chat. So, oh, I got a super chat. So that's working. From Jemiah. Oh my God. So, but what up there? What up? So that seemed to work. Shout out to Jemiah Dixon for the super chat. So one day, I will catch up to all the other super chatters. So, but JP Loco, man, explanation, brother. How in the world is that going on in Australia, brother? So, and don't that the night look the Nightbot on JTech TV. Shout out to JTech. His Nightbot is nice. I don't know how he gets his Nightbot to like work for him. Uh, I don't know what's going on, but my Nightbot is not like that. It's mean. So I don't know what's happening with it. I don't know. I have no idea how to go back in there and make it stop. So now, what if somebody brought up what was going on in Australia? I thought I saw it, and let's see here, but I don't know how to make it stop. It's mean to people. So it's like a dog with it's like an unchained. It's nice to me. What's up, Brigadier William Wilderbeest? William, I am coming. I'm almost debt free. I've been doing Dave Ramsey. I'm a scream debt free. Then you better open up. We go to a club or get some women or something over there, man. That is too nice over there for you to be doing nothing. So shout out Spartan Guy. You said the PlayStation Plus podcast is a funny song. Hey man, the Sick Humor hits on all the points, man. Yeah. So, oh, okay, cool. Shout out. I heard something. It was disrupting the background. Oh, okay. I'm telling you, what's up there. Somebody put some J Dub said they put somebody on probation. Like J Dub, what is going over that podcast over there, man? Shout out to Next Gen 720, and I believe his podcast starts tonight with David Jaffe. It's called Ebony and Ivory. So yeah. So, but shout out to Jemai Dixon for the $5 super chat. I'm getting closer to that 5700 XT. So I really I don't know. I gotta get whatever is in my budget. You see, I'm a budget guy. That's why I love AMD and Lisa Su, because she said their goal is to make PC gaming available to budget gamers. So that's why they control the 1080p market. Like, huh? Yeah, that is. But if you want that extra oomph, if you want something in between a super gaming computer, which, and let me make this clear, who doesn't want that? You feel me? So, but most people are not in that high castle. So I'm like that. I'm like I don't know if you all watched what was it, the Witcher thing, with the Witcher on Netflix, when Nilfgaard invaded that castle. That's me. Okay, we're out there. We're all out there. These people in the castle are like, nah, that's Nvidia. So, and when you saw what happened, they burnt everything down. I was like, nah. So, some Model Razi said Mass Effect suck and don't have ray tracing. Hey, look, don't worry about that. The Mass Effect you're looking at right now does have ray tracing. Okay, Mass Effect 2. It has soft ray tracing on it. So, yeah, it has software based ray tracing on it. Most games do. Mm. Yeah, Killzone Shadowfall has it. So, J Dub need to cancel. Jemiah said, you need to cancel Z contract. I was trying to. X. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know he had to sign a contract. J Dub, yeah. J Dub, are you still printing contracts out, brother? So, PlayStation Sick Humor said he wants to build a PC that does less than consoles. I don't think that's possible. Like, I don't know if that is possible. How? What kind of PC would that be? You would have. I mean, it would be trash, yeah, but I guess the consoles we have now. Yeah. I mean, if you want to build a PC, if you want to do 1080p Ultra, this is for anybody who's looking to build a PC. That's actually extremely affordable right now. So yeah, I mean, even with that new graphics card that the AMD came out, was it the 50? Is it the 55? Something like that. That thing does. I was looking at some of the benchmarks this morning. That thing does 1080p Ultra, and at over 60 frames a second on a lot of games. So people can look into that. Yeah, Paul G. The Witcher is also. Yeah, I'm loving that. Yeah, I really am enjoying that. So the Witcher, the TV show. Yeah, the first two shows were. Well, the game is fine. Yeah, I don't have an issue with the game. So, can we talk in party chat? Yeah, Don, just let me know, or you can come into the Discord anytime you want, and just let me know you're there. We don't have to broadcast it, but yeah, just let me know when you're available. So, uh, that's I mean, you asking. Well, actually, why don't you send him a thing on what you call it and asking? Glorious War says rumors are that a Mass Effect trilogy remaster is coming. That's fine, but you know me, Glorious War. I need something more tangible than that. Okay, I need something than a rumor. I mean, do you have something that at least shows that it's a possibility that it's coming? Yeah, but I'll go ahead. Well, I certainly hope it does. Yeah, but I will wait till in 7 Day, which is November 7th, because BioWare usually gives you some kind of update. So this year, did they not? No, they had something. I thought they had something come out. Oh yeah, I think maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Now last year it was Mass Effect Andromeda, the getting the on Xbox X going. They got the 1800p version, and Tim Dog swore up and down that version looked better than the PlayStation. I said, dude, it's the same version. Yeah, it's the same version. I mean, it's the same build. They literally put the same build. They're both 1800p. So if you buy it, so you want to go on Z show just to shut up this stupid? Well, Corey Massey, you won't be able to shut them up because it's a show. You feel you dig? Well, I think they're funny. Oh, well, it is. I mean, I had to look at it like they're not there to give you. They're there to put on a show. All right, that's just the best way for me to put it. So, PlayStation Plus podcast, the majority of new PC gamers are doing just that. You talking about 1080p? Yeah, and see, I gotta look at that because I'm not gonna lie. I had an HP monitor that was trash because it wasn't. I mean, it was a business monitor. It wasn't a gaming monitor. So when I went to Best Buy, and on not Black Friday, but like that weekend, I went up there on a Sunday. Or was it a Saturday? I went up there on a Saturday, excuse me, and I got this curved Samsung monitor, and dude, they had to sell it to me for $99. I went in there and raised hell because they had it in the wrong spot and they had it marked wrong. And I told the guy, I said, look, I come up here and buy stuff all the time, and I'm not trying to be an ass here, but you all have to sell this to me for $99 because you've got it in the wrong spot and you've got it labeled wrong. So I said, that's not my fault. That's what I was saying to him. I said, so. Mhm. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, like, mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, but they said they were going to do that. But it was shout out here. More people have joined. Shout out to Paul G. Shout out to the Coon 1985. If you were born in 1985, I was already man. I had already done some crazy stuff. Um, Iron. Oh, okay. All right. What I do? Go to desktop audio.
OBS. Make sure you
Yeah.
switch that to
All
Wait,
right.
hold up. You
All right.
can hear
Yeah.
me
They
now?
can hear you now. I didn't know they couldn't. Appreciate it, Big Cloud.
Yep, 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 yep.
Oh, good looking out, bro. I didn't even know they couldn't hear me.
Yeah. Nah, that's cool. That's cool. Probably were long gaps of silence. Yeah, yeah, sick. I am talking to somebody. Vigor says curved displays. Hold on, what'd you say about that? Oh man, this is hard to follow. The chat's actually going fast.
Oh, Craig, since you like TV and you like all that, did you see that Samsung took the TV market back from LG for 1 day and they lost it back again?
No, I did not. But
Guess who the number one TV manufacturer now?
oh, LG is or Samsung?
No, they no, they number LG's number one again.
Oh,
First
okay.
and second.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Hisense.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Hisense.
oh, Hisense is okay. Well, they got one coming out. I think Hisense has a new TV coming out.
They do.
That's supposed to like rival the LG stuff. This,
Yep. LED at cheap prices.
yeah.
That was
So maybe we can get maybe D the tech guy will do another review when he was standing at Best Buy talking about those TVs. That about I about died. I about died when that Negro did that. So
I was dying. I was like, bruh, he didn't even take like 6 days. He didn't even take the shit outside of Best Buy. He reviewed the TV inside the store. That makes me think you a bum. First off, if you can afford to take it out the store. In the store, you reviewed it? Really? I get like if you go to events, like the YouTubers like Marcus Brownlee who review phones and all that. But in the store, you reviewed the TV, not even your house. Like, come on, the fucking store.
the Ice Queen was born in 1980. Oh, Ice Queen, where you were born, right?
1980?
Yeah, she was born right. That's when Empire Strikes Back came out. I believe it was 1980. Now, Paul G said Hisense is no good. Not their newer.
Yeah,
Not
new
their.
TVs
Shout out to
are
Big
new.
Cloud again. Yeah, Big Cloud went ahead and popped
They
in
are
and popped
absolute
out.
trash.
Well,
They are absolute trash, but
no. Lincoln Clay. Shout out to Lincoln Clay. I think he's got a Hisense TV and he loves it.
they #2 in the world. I'm like, bro, but Sony they #4 in the world now. But
They're too expensive.
and
That's
yes,
why their
that's the
TVs are
thing.
too
They're
expensive.
very expensive.
But they're very good.
But
So
look, Sony took back the Indian market. That belongs to Sony again. So that's good because I don't know if y'all noticed. They didn't say not to watch companies' pockets. Do y'all know Sony worth $88 billion? And they rise in every market. So the point, they could take losses on any fucking thing at this point. At this point, consoles, even a phone market
well,
rose
nobody
back
wants to
in
take a
India.
loss on anything. Dawn
But
says
they
she's
will.
Dawn is a Virgo, September 28th. So I'm a
Mom's a
Virgo
Virgo.
too, Dawn. I was born in August.
My
So
mom's a Virgo. She born 2 weeks before Dawn, September 14th.
all
I
right.
hate Virgos so much, but I love Dawn.
That's my
She's so
brother's
pleasant.
birthday, September 14th. So CRU is saying they said Ace has got a decent gaming monitor for $470.
I doubt it. Asus?
Anything that says 470 is not decent.
Yeah,
You can
like
get a good LG monitor for like $149. I'm telling you all, I'm gonna do another StreamYard podcast tonight on building a PC at 1080p. And look, don't let these PC guys. I've said this. No, hardly nobody is gaming in 4K on PC. It's not that there's not people doing it. It's just they are very, very small. Most people are at 1080p, high settings at over 60 frames a second. That's where most PC gamers are. Now, look, and I'm trying to go to 14, and we're trying to go to 1440p. So we're trying to ascend up, like the Reapers were trying to do to the organics, trying to help ascend up. But 1440p monitors this Christmas season did not go on sale. They weren't on because I was looking. That's why I ended up with the one I got. You know, which is I ain't gonna lie. This 1080p monitor from Samsung, it's the bee's knees. It's really good. So you know, so they were worth 67 billion. Yeah, Sick Humor's right. Sony was worth 67 billion. People were saying they were broke. As far as the studio, I left
that
I
was just
left,
last year, by the way. That was
yeah.
just last year.
Well, yeah, and it's going up because they make stuff. The Asus does 1440p. Yeah, but you're gonna be paying for the name Asus, and you can get a decent one for like $249.
Yeah,
So
TCL got good TVs too. Yeah,
yeah,
and
TCL
number
does have good
5.
TV.
Yeah, number 5.
So
I've yet to see Sony drop out the top 5 of TVs for
oh,
the
they
past
won't. But they
18
gotta
years.
yeah, no, they gotta bring the prices down. That's all
If
I
they
can say
dropped
for
the
Sony's
price, I
TV.
think they would take over. Yeah,
Yeah,
at this point because they
which
have
they
better
won't.
TVs than Samsung. But yeah, of course they won't.
They won't. But yeah, and I had a Sony 1080p TV years ago, and
I have a,
it's
I have a
stunning.
Sony Bravia. I have a
Yeah,
Sony Bravia.
that's
That
what
I
I had a
got
Bravia. Yeah, I had a Bravia.
2015. I got it. It was $2,199 for 65-inch. Now listen to that number again. $2,199. You probably like, why did you spend that much on a TV? Because I knew Sony was gonna go for that 4K shit with consoles. I knew that was coming, and I got it the year before they even started the PlayStation Neo and all of that.
Well,
I knew that was
their
coming.
true 4K gaming console is coming up this year. That's what the PS5 is. But somebody just asked me what's a good. Somebody just said as far as the studios. I dropped a hint. The best hint I could drop was this morning about the studios, and
Which
I just
studio?
left it there. I just
The
left
one
it
Sony
there.
acquired? I'm not telling y'all nothing.
If they're gonna acquire a studio, possibly two studios, I left I left the best hint I could without saying anything. But
Question.
shout out to Foxy Games. He's gonna upload a video today, and he may have some more hints in there.
I'm gonna ask
So,
y'all something. How many letters is in bit?
how many letters is in bit?
No, for real. Think about it. How many
3,
letters is in it?
I
Okay.
believe. I can ask
That's all
my
the hints you
assistant
need.
Alexa.
That's all the hints you need.
Uh-huh.
And then I noticed Phil Spencer said he's in execution mode with his studios and they're acquiring more now. I'm like, oh, now they want to acquire more studios. I notice every time a big name for Sony comes around, like who they could possibly get, all of a sudden Microsoft is buying studios again. When they got Insomniac, Phil Spencer and them talking about we not doing no more. Now, when you heard late last year, they could get Remedy, Kojima, Blue Point, and all that. Now, all of a sudden, they're studio hunting again. I'm like,
Well,
get
they're
the fuck
always
out of
like,
here.
well, look, they're always studio hunting. It's just everybody thinks that you can just walk in and buy something. You can't. Those studios have CEOs, they have boards, they have board of directors, all that. Even if the CEO says, "Yeah, let's do it," if the board doesn't want to do it, it don't get done.
But yeah, it don't happen.
So
Like,
it doesn't matter
yeah,
what Microsoft and Sony and or Nintendo would do.
yeah. Like
Somebody
for
says
example,
Paul G said that
Capcom.
Paul G says that he has one Samsung 1080p still kicking and two Sony 4K HDR TVs. Yeah, I mean again, like my monitor does not have HDR. That's the one thing I don't like about it. But when you're playing in like ultra settings or high settings, you don't need it. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that. What is up, KOP 901 from the PC community that he is here representing? So, and let me let you all know right now the 580 that I have, and I'm just going to say this: the PC community were very nice to the Messiah. So, very nice, very good. Yeah.
It was
So
nice to an Xbox Messiah.
they were nice to
What?
me. So with that, because this card, according to Lisa Sue, is still one of their top cards. But
Of
if
course.
I want to keep playing at the same level, I would have to get the 5500 XT, which who knows, I may get a burr up my you know what and go get one.
Get the
So
5700 then.
I might. The 55.
Not the XT. No, get the 5700.
Well, it's easy. That's what I want. It's either that or the 1660 Ti. It's gonna be one of those two. So, says somebody saying that they
Ready at
want
Dawn
Blue
is in the
Point. It
video.
could be Ready at Dawn too. I mean, I didn't even think about that. Your star
I
sign is
did.
Libra in September. Then when does Virgo run out? I thought Virgo ran through
September 22nd, I believe.
Oh, okay, that's what it. Well, okay, Don, you're kind of right there on the cusp. I got you. So yeah, my first TV was a 720p Samsung TV. So
What if Sony do a random event and just show Ready at Dawn was working on the sequel all this time?
it could be. I mean, I didn't care. I didn't like the shooting mechanics in the order. The
I did.
game itself, I did like. I thought that was a cool world for them to explore. But yeah, I would like to see them just go and make it more open world. But I like the weapons. I love the weapons. I just didn't like the shooting the way it was. I couldn't because I invert everything, and I could not figure out how to get my thing to invert. So Social John said he's about the QLED life where you got that big money. So like I said, I'm over here feeling some kind of way, already. So
Ready at Dawn makes console games, PC, and VR games.
yeah.
Wouldn't they fit right in?
So and people gotta remember that people really do need to remember that Sony does need to really step up their game on VR too, as far as first party studios. So that could be what they buy. They could buy something like that. So if they buy anything, so
VR has to grow first.
So Don is going to be 40 years old in September. Well, okay. Josh
The
Saul said the
only-
PC he's looking to get has a 2080 Ti in it. That's big money right there. That is big money. So
Bluepoint is a legit top tier developer.
yeah,
Bluepoint
Dennis.
Games, really?
Well, Blue Point is good, good.
He's
Blue Point does not suck. Everybody, they're fine.
Bluepoint
I
is very good at 60
yeah,
frames per second. I don't know if
yeah,
people really realize they're really good at that,
yeah.
making games 60 frames per second. And look what they did for the Nathan Drake collection. They made assets look better at 1080p 60 frames per second without compromising one bit of graphic fidelity or gameplay.
Yeah, they're really good. So
Keep that
JP
in mind.
Loco says Remedy or Kojima Production qualifies major studios as opinion, but you're not fussed if Sony acquired. Well, guys, look, I mean, they may not acquire neither one of them. They may because they may not get any of them. I mean, it's not as easy as waking up. It's not like going to the waking up and buying coffee at Starbucks.
Yeah,
Okay, there's a lot of
read six
stuff.
comment,
Yeah.
read six comments. Right?
Yeah, I did see that. Facebook may pick up Ready at Dawn.
I
That's fine.
still think so. Yeah,
Yeah, because Facebook
it's
owns.
not
Yeah, Facebook owns. Don't they have Oculus or something like that? Yeah, so
Yes,
they can
they
make
own
VR games.
Oculus
Fine.
fully.
Yeah, that'd be great. So
And Instagram is going to get a new update to where it can support VR, like AR and all that, so you could take pictures in AR. Like when you swipe to the left with a camera, they're going to give an update to that. So Instagram will be supported by Oculus.
well,
So
that's
basically, you
good.
can take pictures in VR, the world. You know, when you go to different worlds, I mean, like
Mhm.
countries and shit, and you sightsee, take pictures. That's their plan for Instagram. They're gonna use it as basically, you know how apps have like Twitch has like bit emojis like that.
Mhm.
They're gonna start doing that filters for Instagram for AR and VR.
Yeah, no, they people were saying it could. Blue Point is
That
rumored to
was
be making
the
a Demon
wackest
Souls
shit I
remake.
ever heard.
Dark Side
Sony,
Havoc. Blue Point is rumored to be making a Demon Souls remake, possibly. I mean,
they
again,
not.
it's that's fine. I mean, I don't like those type of games because all you do is go around and hit the square button to slash. But shout out to the people who I know. There's people they love it. They
Square.
love those type of games: Bloodborne, Demon Souls, um, Demon whatever. Those type of
Dark
games.
Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls, and then the other, the Sakura game. I mean, like I said, that person gave me a sword with no shoes and said, "Go kill people." Like, nah, you got to have a little more oomph than that. So, but
Wait,
that was a huge game
who's
too.
who
And the
said
Coon
Blueprint
says
Games
Sony
was
can't
gonna make?
afford E3, much less another studio. Well, I mean, if that's what you think, the Coon, that's fine. Shout out to the Coon. Um, it is what it is. Somebody on Twitter put out that Sony has all these games behind a paywall, and it's
Yeah, Johnny Bravo. Yeah.
anti-consumer. So I don't know what games they have locked behind a paywall, but it could be something like that. So I'm just trying to see if anybody had any more questions. Okay, so look, Sony not going to E3. My opinion on
Oh,
that is that look, I'm disappointed that they're not going just based on nostalgia. And if Uncharted isn't shown at E3, for all I know, Sony ain't even around with PlayStation no more. If they don't show that game, they don't show the Kojima Metal Gear 4 game. Um, they had a bunch of stuff they've shown at E3, and so I'm disappointed. But I understand why they don't want to go. So I get it. So
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck. I want to know why the Xbox dudes mad. Just like last year, I'm like, hold up, Microsoft gonna be there. If y'all say Microsoft has the best games, best network, best controller, they will have the more powerful console. Why does it matter if Sony is there or not?
Well, I agree
You,
with what Six said yesterday. Just to paraphrase what Six said, you would think they would be jumping up and down. They'll talk about the Xbox community. They would be jumping up and down because Sony isn't there. This gives them a chance to have the stage to themselves. But we all saw what happened last year when they wet their pants in front of everybody. So all people are asking, and Sony showed a day before E3 or 2 days before they showed the Kojima game Death Stranding. It had more gameplay in it than what Microsoft showed at their whole E3. So it's just and again, at this point, if you're going to go to E3 and show nothing but CGI and announce gaming studios and stuff like that and show no gameplay, to me there's no reason to go there. But people will say, I know somebody's going to leave a comment that says that this is damage control. And I'm like, I don't know how it is when people are literally asking for your opinion on something. And like I'm saying, just to be clear, I'm disappointed Sony's not there, but I understand why they're not going. I get it. I get it. So, so Vija said Blue Point is pretty much 25 modders and 25 programmers and 0 game designers and 0 game directors. Okay, well, if they were to be purchased, that would change. That's for Vija. That would change. So, but again, I'm not saying that they're going to be purchased, but that would change. But Six right. You would think that the Xbox community, it's like they need Sony to be there to and why? So you all get embarrassed because that's what they will do. You got these people who say that because Xbox announced that they bought gaming studios that they won E3. How? When they show no gameplay.
I really had to look back on that when I was saying they won E3. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Them niggas show all third-party games.
Yep.
And it says they working on the next console and they bought studios.
Yep.
And people say they won E3.
Yep.
Maybe myself said that shit. And I was like, wait a minute. I had to go back and look. Because I'm like, so they showed shit that was coming to PS4, PC, their own system, and said they would have 14 or 18 exclusives. That's what it said on the screen.
Uh-huh.
They didn't have one fucking exclusive shown there. Everything came to PS4. Everything sold more PS4. The only thing they showed that was really impressive was Just Cause 4 with the tornado. And even that flopped. Everything marketed by Xbox flopped. The Division, I believe, they showed again at that point.
Part 2. Yeah, part 2. Yeah.
Right? And that shit fell off really on console. PC was doing it right. Mm-hmm. Until like a certain time. Then remember they were showing Anthem again, and then it came out the very next year, last year. That flopped, and I'm like, so how the fuck did they win E3 when Sony showed games that actually came out?
And they show gameplay. My whole thing is they show gameplay, and it was so good that you had these moist fruit booties talking about, oh well, that was on the PS5. There's no way. And then you had another developer, Square Enix, get mad over The Last of Us Part 2, saying that, oh, there's no way that's what that game can look like. Because he felt some kind of way because of what Tomb Raider. And he was like, oh, I got misinterpreted. Like, no, you didn't.
No, the AI, he was talking about the AI couldn't be that intelligent. I'm like, nigga, this is Naughty Dog, first off.
Yeah.
They've had smart AI in games before. I'm like, if y'all ever played Uncharted 3, on the hardest difficulty, you'll know what I'm talking about. Even on PS3, the motherfuckers was very, very smart. They would come to you. There's no hiding behind covers. They will run up to you. Once they see you, that's over. Uncharted 4 had it. Yeah. When you had to play on crushing and when you marooned on the island and you get upstairs where you have to not kill nobody for that trophy, they're gonna see you regardless. But the thing is, in Tomb Raider, their AI is not really smart, and they felt some type of way because one, basically Naughty Dog made Tomb Raider better than they ever could with Uncharted. Because everybody said Uncharted 1 copied Uncharted, but it copied Indiana Jones just like Tomb Raider did.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog surpassed them and in their own genre that they're known for, like action adventure. They made a better Tomb Raider game with a male. And even with the Lost Legacy, they made a better Tomb Raider than Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics could ever have made. I think that's why they were salty. Because they did it back to back. Uncharted 4 came out, then the very next year, Lost Legacy came out with the female characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think Square Enix was like, the fuck? Like, what happened? Like, we have the Xbox One X we marketed with, it's all powerful and everything. And then you just have Uncharted on the base PS4, and the Pro looks better than our shit.
Yeah. Well, again, it's their first party, and it should to be a first party studio. And shout out to Worry Ward because he said to, years ago, he said to Rand Out the War, he's like, do you think a first party game on the PlayStation is going to look worse than a third party game on Xbox? And Rand Out the War, to his credit, said no. And that's all that is played out. But yeah, I don't know. Again, who won E3 is a opinion. But for them to run around and say the fact when I asked these guys, I said, why do you say that when they show no gameplay? And they said, well, them buying studios shows they made an investment in me. They made an investment in gaming, and that's a win for me. I just threw my hands up in the air. I'm like, oh my God.
Excuse me, what?
That's what they said. That's
What did
like
they
me
say?
saying that La Rosa's Pizza opened up a new pizzeria close to where I live. Therefore, they made an investment in me. Like, no. What are you talking
That's
about?
you joking, right?
No, they actually didn't say that. They said that the fact that they bought studios shows that they're taking gaming seriously. Therefore, that's an investment in me. And I just put my
Oh, so
head
it's a
down.
win because they did something they were supposed to do.
Yeah, yeah. That is something they were supposed to do.
So that's like you living with your parents and you get 100 on the test and
Yeah.
think your parents are supposed to jump for joy. They would tell you, well, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, that's the dumbest fucking. See what I tell you? They have a childlike mentality. Now, see
Yeah.
what Andrew was we talking about? What? How is that a win? When are they supposed to do that?
I
You
know.
bought the system, like.
I know. Yeah.
But hold on for a moment. In regards to the third party looking as good as first party, that would never happen. But it can get close if you just look at Rockstar. Look what Rockstar did for
Yeah.
GTA 5 on PS3 and 360.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
360 version ain't kind of identical, but PS3 looked better than it. I really think so. Look at that game. Look how big that game is. Look at the water, everything. You look at a game like God of War 3 and The Last of Us. It comes dangerously close to all of those games look phenomenal. If they wanted to, like certain third parties, if they wanted to, they could. But the thing is, they're not going to do it because they know you're not going to buy this shit. That's why they don't put time and effort into the console because there's no guarantee that you will buy the game. So if they put money into it and it's stored in it and then y'all don't buy it, they out of pocket. Like, that's why they put all the microtransactions in the games.
Yeah. I mean, and I like to look. I need to go ahead and just beat Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I just need to go ahead and beat it. But let me answer this question. Somebody said, "Does Jack Reacher have a moist fruit booty?" Look. He has said, he has said multiple times that he is going to cover rumors and he is going to push that type of narrative. It's his channel, and BitCloud Gaming and a couple other people reached out to him to talk to him about it, and they actually thought they got through to him. But look, in order for him to grow his channel, he covers rumors, and to me it's beneath him because he's a real smart guy. But it's his channel. I mean, if he wants to have a duck on his channel, he can have it. It's just it's disappointing he took his channel in that direction. So because what he'll say is if something turns out not to be true, he'll say, oh, well, it was a rumor. But I do know where the whole term "take it with a grain of salt" has come from. That comes from Red Gaming Tech. He's been saying that for years. And what
came from the beginning of time. People have been saying that.
Oh yeah, but as far as the people using it within gaming, that comes from Red Gaming Tech, and Red Gaming Tech, that's exactly the way he's modeled his channel. Red Gaming Tech reports on rumors and stuff like that, and that's what he does. Now, I really try to stay away from it. If people ask me in the chat, what do I think about something, I'll give you my opinion. But am I going to have a whole podcast about just rumors? No. I mean, Final Fantasy 7 being delayed is not a rumor, and that actually has happened. So, it's only been delayed for like 3 or 4 weeks or whatever, So, but I think it's going to take down Cyberpunk because I don't think a lot of people are going to end up getting Cyberpunk.
I see they dissing that game. I've noticed. Like, I don't hear nothing really. You see how Anthem was hyped, and then when it got close to the release, the hype just dwindled down.
Yeah.
I think Keanu Reeves being in that game is going to drive people to go buy it.
Yeah.
But there's fans of that kind of style, Cyberpunk, but like that era. But I don't see it being a hit like The Witcher was, like mass adoption, Game of the Year. Like at one point, I would say Cyberpunk would have beat The Last of Us 2 for Game of the Year. At this point, I really don't think so. Because
might. I mean, it
that
doesn't matter.
Final Fantasy 7, like Jay Barry was saying, I think that even though those things is irrelevant, I really think more people gonna enjoy Final Fantasy VII Remake and The Last of Us over Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I really
Well,
think
again,
so.
I'm not getting Cyberpunk, but it may be a better game. I mean, I've not played either one, but Final Fantasy VII, at least for me, is that's my most anticipated game this
Which
generation.
one?
Final Fantasy VII. It was Mass
Yeah.
Effect Andromeda, but then that crap came out. I'm like, man, this thing wet its bed. So I mean, this is terrible.
Personal
So
attachment to that game, bro. Like on some real shit. Like Final Fantasy. When I saw that was announced, I was like, "Y'all lying, my nigga." I like, because I wasn't watching E3 at the time in 2015 when it was announced. So I got it on, and then I saw the, and then I was like, "Oh my fucking god, y'all playing with me!" And then it didn't come out yet, and I was pissed off. Delay, and then they go silent. I'm like, "Is shit ever gonna come out?" And then they announced it was a delay to April. I'm like, this
I
motherfucker.
got
The
a
funny
super
I was
thing
chat.
is
really
how
pissed
these
off yesterday.
Xbox
I was
cats
really
says
pissed off
that
yesterday.
TLOU is a great
The Avengers
example of
game
a
I don't care
cross-gen
for, but
game
that game I need
between
like right now.
PS3 and PS4. But when you
But
put
also,
TLOU
back to that
PS3 and
Jack Reacher thing.
TLOU 2
I don't know how
PS4
people
side
can
by
sit
side, the
there, get
difference
on
is like
Foxy
day and
Games
night.
UK channel, podcast, talk
Hold on,
to
hold on,
them.
hold on.
It's for
But
my
Sick Humor said the Avengers game was delayed. When did that
yes.
happen?
Yesterday, it was
Oh
announced
my
first.
gosh! So
Yeah,
The
it's
Square's
September.
making both those games, right?
Yep.
And they delayed them
Final
both.
Fantasy
Oh,
got to April, and then Avengers all the way 4 months to September.
wow. Well, that
Mhm.
sucks for the Avengers because that now it can't be co-marketed with a Black Widow movie.
Right?
So that sucks. So shout
Well,
out to
it's
me for
gonna
the
come.
super chat, by the way.
Nigga said,
And of
"Oops,
course,
I did it
Nightbot has
again."
already taken away the message. I mean, that Nightbot is horrible. I mean,
Nightbot
that's all I
ain't
can
shit.
say.
Oops, I did it again.
Nightbot is just on a rampage. Oh, Jay Barry's in the chat. What's up, Jay Barry? I saw King Thrash do what you do. And what's
Oh, there you go
happening
right
there,
there.
King Thrash? Remember Vanilla Coke and Captain Morgan. Try
Where the
that
squad?
one time.
Wait, hold on. Where the squad at, bro? Like you
So,
do what you do, squad. Where you at?
dude, they West Coast time, so it's 6 in the morning
Yeah,
out there.
it's 6:27. Yeah,
Yeah, so let them be. They gotta do their thing. So
most of the squad here right now.
yeah,
See,
so
there you go right there.
yeah, but
But what I was saying before.
Jay
Oh yeah,
Barry was saying that
remember,
Square delaying left and right. Yeah, that's terrible. Corey Massey
but
is
they not the only one though.
oh no,
Remember
well,
you?
it's disappointing that they delayed. I don't care that they delayed Final Fantasy VII, but that Avengers game, that's terrible. I mean, that was going
Nah,
to be
right.
co-marketed with the Black Widow movie.
Remember Ubisoft delayed 3 of their games, Watch Dogs Legions, and the 2 other shit they had. That game they had, I forgot what this. Last year it was marketed some shit. They announced 3 delays for 3 games, all into this year. So Watch Dogs Legion still gonna come out, but we don't know when in 2020 now because they don't announce no date. The other 2 games were supposed to launch in December, and then one in February. That's delayed, and then you say which ones. So everybody's delaying their games. I've noticed. Sony delayed the games, The Last of Us, to May 29th. That's 2 days after my birthday, so that's gonna be a good present for me because I'll get it 2 days early from Sony themselves. So I get that on that day. But when they delayed Final Fantasy VII and Avengers, and Sony not going to E3, I was like, hold up, why the hell did Square announce this right after Sony announced they're not going to E3? I was like, And then that was after Tedx was like, a first party got to get large. I was like,
Yeah, well,
Sony
let me get these out of the way. So, God, well, where is God and Monsters at? That's a good question, and I agree, Paul G. If
yes,
Cyberpunk was a third person game, I would at least try it because that's where that game's going to fail. If they're saying that, oh well, they want you to see more of the world, that's not going to work because the first question they got was, is it third person? And when they said no, a lot of people backed off that game. So JP Local said Nightbot swiped my money. It probably did. It probably did swipe that money because it's just me. I need to go in. People are like, you could go into the filters. I'm like, look, I tried that. It's still mean. So I got a mean Nightbot. JTech's got a nice one. I think Big Cloud's got a nice Nightbot. My Nightbot is just me. It's a
It's a
straight
fact.
up
Sick.
FN is what my Nightbot is. So it's just out
You
of
see
control.
what Six said?
No, hold on. Let me see here. So Sony drops a game in February and it's successful. Sony moves out of February and moves it to May. Now everybody moving their games close to The Last of Us. Yeah. So The Last of Us. Sorry.
This is the
So
first
what you
time.
call it? So Final Fantasy is in April, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then The Last of Us is at the end of May, correct?
That's correct.
Almost June. So yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt me at all. I mean, because I'm gonna get MLB The Show.
But wait,
So
keep this in mind. I like how Sick put that in mind because think about last year they delayed Days Gone from February. You remember everybody was coming out February 12th or 11th or something. They moved Days Gone into April, right? And then they had Spider-Man in 2018 dropped in September. When the Avengers game come out now? September, correct?
Mhm.
They dropped The Last of Us. Uncharted, I believe May 10th.
Yeah, that
2016.
was a spring or late spring, early summer.
Yep. And then they moved The Last of Us to that month. Now notice everybody started launching in April. Now what's the game name? Cyberpunk coming out in April. Final Fantasy coming out in April. I'm like, oh, you see, I think that's why y'all should start listening to Sick. Because I noticed too, before he even said anything, I'm like, so Sony announced they delays. I remember their timeline. Nobody used to want to release games in the beginning of the year. Always the holiday. Ubisoft, Activision, all of them. And the summertime. Now, look, if you look back to 2017, Crash Insane Trilogy came out in the summertime. Crash Natural Kart Racing, whatever the shit called, came out towards summertime, almost fall. Destiny and all them still come out on the holiday. But I've noticed Ubisoft releases games now in the beginning of the year. CD Projekt Red want to do it now.
Well, this is fine.
Square
Yeah,
Enix, Capcom, because remember, Street Fighter 5 released in the beginning, I believe March is 2015. I've noticed that every publisher tends to copy Sony now because the holiday season is too crowded.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, they butcher each other's game. Let me address this real fast. So, Vegan Super Chat, I was just reading it here because it's in my mini feed. Ha ha ha! Nightbot can't control the mini feed. So it says a funny thing how these Xbox cats say The Last of Us is a great example of a cross-gen game between PS3, PS4. When you put The Last of Us PS3, PS4. Yeah, I agree. Look, there's a difference in backwards compatibility and in cross-generation. And like I said, it's I don't know. Sony has not said that Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be cross-gen. They have not said it. It's not that it won't be, but they have never announced it. But you have to assume that if PS4 is backwards compatible, then it will play on the PS5. Now, will it play on the PS5 with some type of upgrade? I don't know. Because they've not announced it. So
it depends, though, Craig.
Well, it's just
they can easily scale to like the engine would be 30 frames per second no matter what. So if it has like a free, just a regular PS5 version, it might do like 30 frames or a little over, but they have to set the resolution to 4K.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, first things first, they have not come out and said, well, they may have come out and said that it's going to be back compatible with PS4. So just based on that, the stuff should play on PS5. Now, the question is, will it play on PS5 with some type of boost or some type of patch? That's what the speculation is. So
I think it will.
So
based off the PS4 Pro.
Oh, shout out to Rice Eater. First time Rice Eater is a new sub. Rice Eater, come on, man. You gotta change that name, man. But all right then, the CD Projekt Red appealing to the vocal minority in the Xbox fan base. All the hype was based on graphics, and it's revealed to be a Watch Dogs clone in gameplay and graphics. Overhyped, under-delivered. I hope you're wrong, Rice Eater. But let me tell you this right now. I was told, and I was telling Jemiah Dixon this on Twitter, I was told that CD Projekt Red's game, that game, Cyberpunk, that was on the Xbox X. And then somebody said it was on the 1070. So somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. Either the Xbox, either the community is lying, or somebody's lying. I mean, I mean, if you all, just so you know, that's what I was told was that it was
The
on.
first
That was running
time
on
we saw this
X.
shit, it
Yeah,
was on PC. The second time we just saw it was probably the Xbox One X.
is that what it looked like? It was. It was looked like it
Because
was.
look, the X still
It
got
was
bandwidth
trash.
and all that, so draw distances was scaled back, but it still had like a pretty decent draw distance. It wasn't a lot of AI on the screen. It wasn't a lot going on. Like you see all the signs. You need to see all the mass traffic, like the trains going across, like the air trains. You need to see all that because one, the CPUs on consoles cannot handle that shit.
I probably can.
Bottom
The Dion
line,
78
no,
says
they cannot.
Yeah, Dion
No
78.
bandwidth.
I don't know what the PS5 is going to look like. I
Wow.
hope it looks like the Xbox Series X because I like that. I like that look of the Series X. It looks like a mini ATX. Or ATX. So and that's perfect. That's what I like. What I
Craig,
don't
let me
like
ask
is
you
the fact it
something.
got no game.
When you finish,
Yeah, go
when
ahead.
you finish, Craig, I want to ask you this. Back to that subject about Sony controlling the game narrative. When did Mass Effect Andromeda come out? You know which month?
Was it like April of
It was
April of
March
17? Oh,
2017.
so March 17. Okay, yeah, I know it came out after Horizon Zero Dawn.
Just say that again.
It came out after Horizon Zero Dawn, which I think
And
came
who
out in February.
marketed Mass Effect Andromeda?
Oh, BioWare and EA.
No, which platform? Like Sony, Microsoft, or
Sony.
Nintendo?
Sony.
Now you see the same shit is happening this year. Sony has marketing deals for the Avengers game. Final Fantasy VII is so-called exclusive.
Mhm.
They removed their game. Like The Last of Us is all the way in May. Have you noticed that every game that Sony markets is getting delayed out of nowhere, and it's been going on for the last 3 years?
Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, they can't control Square Enix, but
They can't.
no, not as far as Square Enix goes to them and says this game's not ready. They'll just. I mean, based on the way Sony interacted with Insomniac with Spider-Man, they just said, well, if they didn't mind if it took them longer. I mean, apparently Sean Layton told them, hey, if it's going to make the game better, if you think it's going to make the game better and the fans will react better to the game, you can delay it. You can take your time.
They only
We're
delayed
not
that shit
rushed.
so they could have a big game in 2018. That's the only reason why Spider-Man didn't come out 2017. It could have, because they've been working on it from the
Oh, that game
Avengers
wasn't
movie
ready.
came
Well,
out.
the DLC wasn't ready. That what delayed the game. What pushed the game? Technically, it wasn't delayed because it never came out with a date. But what pushed it back in production was them getting the voice actors for the DLC.
God of
So
War got delayed.
so yeah. Well, I mean, again, it was a brilliant game. I think it's a top-selling superhero game of all time. Outsold
That's
Batman on like 3 different
four.
generations. So, and again, I never played the Batman game. Shout out to the person I share Steam games with. They've got all the Batman games, and I need to try to play them, but I'm just not a huge Batman fan. So
Sony marketed a lot of EA games. It's just like the
yeah,
Star Wars Battlefront games. They marketed
yeah, they got the Star Wars
Battlefield
game.
4,
Yeah,
Microsoft Battlefield Hardline, Sony marketed.
yeah. They got a lot of business with EA.
Battlefield 1 and all of them was Microsoft though. Like
Yeah, FIFA, yeah,
all
which
those
is the
games.
biggest selling game in the world, one of the biggest selling games in the world.
The
So,
fifth one.
so Sick Humor wants a traditional form factor for the PS5. And it could be. It's not like I'm not going to buy it, but I just like the Xbox look because it looked like because there were people saying that there are no dev kits that even look like that. And I mean, again, they're moist because now we see one. It is, but it is what it is. So.
How many of y'all getting Yakuza Like a Dragon later this year?
Well, I'm not. I haven't played a Yakuza game yet. So
Did y'all even know that was coming out this year in the chat? Did y'all know?
I did not know that. No.
Lost
So,
all aside, they're still trying to get to come out this year.
that I didn't know. Okay. So
A lot of games, people realize PS4 has a lot of fucking games coming. Like,
yeah.
and people worried about PS5 launch time. Don't worry about that. If they want to do PS5 only games, they're gonna do that because they already said they will. And two, they're gonna have cross-gen games no matter what because it's releasing in the same year that PS4 games are still coming out.
Yeah. No, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, I don't. I don't really like talking about PS5 because PS4 has so many games coming out. I
That's a
mean,
fact.
the
PS4 has
Avengers
too many
game,
games.
if they're gonna add like Kamala Khan, and they're gonna add characters for free. Let me make that clear. They're gonna add the characters for free. Now the costumes the characters have, they may charge, for all I know. But if they're
They're
gonna
gonna
add
charge.
characters for free, then they can take their time. I mean, because there's so many characters that Marvel has. It's kind of like, what's going to make this story better? We already know we're going to have the base Avengers. We're going to have Kamala Khan, which I'm really glad that people get to see Kamala Khan because I think she's a cool character. Uh, but we'll have to wait and see who else they get. Will we get T'Challa? Will we get
I doubt
Hellcat?
it.
Will we get
T'Challa in this game?
well, possibly.
No.
I said maybe. I'm not saying that we will. Will we get? We know we're going to be up against Taskmaster, who again is a cool villain. I hope people go see the Black Widow movie because he is a cool villain. For her to go up against her and her team to go up against, I should say. So yeah. So Corey Massey said Andromeda was one of the early PS4 Pro titles. Yeah. And to me, that game, as far as what it looks like, it looks fantastic. But the game is trash. The game is trash.
And this is a Mass Effect fan telling y'all that.
Yeah, the story's trash. I mean, the gameplay of Mass Effect has always been good. It's on the baby Unreal Engine. So let's just say they put a new Mass Effect on the Gears engine. I'd be happy because I like Gears. I mean, I had a good time with Gears, so I like the story. I like the fact that I got to choose to kill Marcus Phoenix's son. I chose to save the brother man. But yeah, I mean, I thought now will my choice carry over into Gear 6? That's what we have to wait and see. Will they have that, on there? So I'll have to wait and see. So, but yeah, I enjoy Gears 5. My review, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's a good game.
I think they should move the game Days Gone to the Decima engine.
To the Decima engine?
Yeah, the next
what engine
game,
is it on? It's on the Unreal Engine 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they should have put that game on that engine.
Okay. Well, I mean, I thought the game was okay. I don't think the game was great.
The frame rate issues, I've noticed.
Mm-hmm.
When you got Unreal Engine 4 being used, when it comes to Xbox, Microsoft games, they always really good. I've noticed that. Because remember, I think Epic, was good with Microsoft back in the day. So I've noticed that all the Xbox games be fine. Look at Borderlands 3. That was a fucking mess.
Really?
Not saying the old games didn't have it, like the other Borderlands, but it's a coincidence that Microsoft always has the best use of Unreal Engine. Did nobody find that like shaky?
Well, I mean, their studios use it a lot more. I mean, Sony uses a lot of they build their own engines in-house. That's one reason why the games look so good. So, Rice Eater 79 said bots always talking about the major AAA exclusives, trying to claim we don't have many exclusives, but don't realize Sony has 3 times less marketing. Yeah, well, I mean, you're right, but you got to stop worrying about what they say. I mean, really. I mean, who cares about what they are invested in rumor? I went over to Jack Reacher's channel, and it is nothing but rumor after what if and what
Every
possibilities.
fucking day,
Every
day.
day. And he dropped another video today about a rumor. Well, this person said this, and this person is in this chat saying that, and this person got this right in 1997. So this is, it's just people.
Now it's PS4. I mean, the PS5 is 10.2 teraflops.
Yeah, now it's gone from 9.2 to 10.
Yeah. Look, now it's not just Xbox One. I mean, Xbox Series X will use RDNA. Now it's both consoles will use a hybrid of it.
Yeah, and he just dropped a video not a month ago saying that one will have RDNA 2.0 and the other one would have like Navi Lite or something like that.
Yeah, like RDNA 1.9. I was like, are you fucking serious? So like now it's gonna be like the PS4 Pro. Now I'm like, oh, now first off, if it's gonna use RDNA 2 and the new Zen CPU for Xbox Series X, now it's gonna be a hybrid.
Which it's always been a hybrid. I mean, I just don't get this.
I mean, like the PS4 Pro itself had hybrid tech. It had Polaris 10, which was fully a Polaris card
Mhm.
with Vega features. The
Yeah.
Xbox One X was also the same if people really paid attention.
Yeah.
It had a little few Vega. The sparse rendering technique they had was Vega.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people think like Xbox is gonna have this brand new tech that Sony can't have. I'm like,
Which
what
is
the
part
fuck?
of
Like,
why they're saying it is because they want to create a scenario where Xbox will have this, therefore this is why you should go buy an Xbox. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. That like when I figured that out, I was just like, oh, they're just saying that so that you go out and buy an Xbox. I mean, so
yeah,
they
but
will
why?
lie. This is like when they lied to me when they said, "Oh, if you get Knights of the Old Republic, they figured out how to get away from the 4.3 screen."
That's a
And
lie.
they
No, you were
didn't.
not.
They didn't. That was a lie. Yeah, that was a
4.3
lie. You know.
still, the ratio was still 4.3. That was kept out of here, bro.
KO. Yeah, you can join the chat. It's just in the just go
Yo,
to
Sick, you at work?
Discord. Yeah, but Sick, you want to jump in? If you're not at work, jump on, brother. And
Later,
King
fuck.
Thrash, if you feel like jumping on, jump on. It's in the
Thrash? It is 6 a.m. for Thrash.
yeah, Thrash probably still waking up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
go to
it's
work
just
later, so
jump
it's
in the
gonna be
open
on.
chat of the RGT Army. This Big Cloud set up open chat for everybody.
How the
So,
fuck do I?
but you all got to remember, my Nightbot is out of control. So I don't know how. So,
Fuck, I'm supposed to get in here. Oh, I had to
so
replay Spider-Man to get my trophies and shit back.
okay. Now Corey Max's RDNA2 hasn't even been announced yet. Well, dude, Corey, I'm with you. I'm with you. They
Yeah,
were
like
saying, but Spartan remembers it too. They were literally saying that RDNA2 would be on the Xbox and Sony would have the lesser version of RDNA. But they just did videos, even though Mark Cerny said they were going to have horror-based ray tracing and Jim Ryan said they were going to have horror-based ray tracing. These clowns still did videos saying it wasn't going to have it. So it's just they have resorted to just lying at this point. They're just lying to stay relevant. Yeah, Corey Massey, yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda is on Frostbite. That's another reason why it's trash. You don't get that same cinematic story. That's why I like Gears. Gears, you had the action sequences which were on point. You had the cinematic storytelling. The game, at least on PC, graphically looked clean. I had no problem with it. I gave it an 8. I mean, it's one of my favorite games I've played so far. So, but again, I like Gears. I've liked Gears since Cliffy B marched that out on stage years ago at E3. So,
I want y'all to keep in mind something. AMD just did a press conference at CES, and they didn't release nothing when it comes to the 5900, which is supposed to be their better card than the XT. They didn't reveal none about the so-called Big Navi thing. You ever wonder why? I really want to know. Do y'all ever wonder why they didn't do that?
No.
You really don't wonder?
No, I did not know. So,
look, think about it. One of these slides had next-gen power consoles.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And they didn't reveal anything when it comes to that same architecture. No, think about it. Think about it. Why?
Yeah.
Think about it, Craig. No, think about it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, to me, it's retarded. I mean, it's full retard.
I'm gonna tell you why. That RDNA 2 shit don't exist to me yet at all. I think the RDNA thing that they keep talking about as RDNA 2 is just RDNA 1. They just made one. I think RDNA 2, what they really think about is really RDNA 1.9. They don't really have nothing called RDNA hardware, ray tracing, and all that shit. They don't have that yet.
Well, yeah, well, they'll have. Again, the ray tracing. I'm just going to simply say it's not going to be what people think. It's people are like it's going to do what HDR did. No, HDR was adopted by all tech companies like Samsung and Sony and LG.
But they've been had that.
Ray tracing has only been adopted by one company. So And
NVIDIA.
yeah, NVIDIA, and AMD will have some version of it, but it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be as intense as the NVIDIA stuff because NVIDIA is willing to knock down your FPS, and AMD doesn't want to do that. So I think Foxy Games was right. They're going to have a separate chip doing it, still hardware, and it will be there, and it will mostly be the first party games that use any type of ray tracing. I don't know if a lot of third-party people are going to do it. I mean, you already have it in Madden. Like the Madden game is out now, has ray tracing in it. You know, so it's just, but it's soft. It's software based, so it's not new. Yeah, hey J Bar, I don't know the Nightbot's out of control. So like, then people want it removed. I can't remove it because I don't even know how. So it's here. You know, it's just y'all have to
Dudes
deal
are straight
with it.
frauds, man. People really be. I don't get how people could proudly lie, right? Real life. My mother always used to tell me this shit. A lie is a thief, and a thief is a murderer. She used to tell me that shit
Yeah.
when I was younger.
Well,
Right?
they say it's their free speech. It's okay. They've said it's okay for them to lie because it's free speech,
bro.
That's
But
what
let one of them politicians say something free speech and they lie to you, you'll never hear the end of it. So that's hypocritical for them to even say, like, oh, it's free speech, but you're lying? Like, you for real? And you proud of that shit?
Yeah, they think it's funny. I mean,
how is that cool, my nigga?
It's not. It's not. You're dealing with a group of millennials. I'm telling you, these millennials are, like I said, that's just a wasted group of people. They need to be taken to they need to take all the millennials to a field and just drop a Moab bomb on them. You know, a Moab means mother of all bombs. They need to drop that on them. It's just a waste. Okay, given everything, they did nothing. So now Generation Z is coming, and they're gonna, thank goodness, they got common sense. You know.
But listen to what Nightbot say. If y'all put emojis and all of that, do not put more than 2. Like 3 emojis will get you timed out.
Yeah.
If you spam cast lock, he will time you out. Like, y'all should know that.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, Nightbot is out of control. Yeah, JBR, I have no idea. Like, you all's Nightbot it advertises for you all. Mine won't do that. Mine does nothing but hurt. It is out there. It cripples people. It's breaking legs. KIOP. Just go to Discord. Go to the RGT Army. And then it's in open chat. That's where it is. But I've been here like over an hour, so I need to go play some games. So, but yeah, it's and what else do I have up here to talk about?
You said Gears 5 review.
Oh yeah, like I said, I had a good time on Gears 5. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I mean, the fact that the best weapon ever made in gaming is that gun with the chainsaw on it. I love that.
But Gears, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for Gears, yeah. So Craig, half the chat is millennials. Well, you all need to get it together. That's all I can say. Get it together. So, because you all also are the ones who said because Microsoft invested in gaming, they invested in me. That's some millennial nonsense. You know, so I can say change Nightbot's name to Moist Bot. That would be cool if somebody could do that. That's what I need. Somebody needs to create an AI and call it MoistBot, and then when you get timed out, it says you got timed out because your comment was moist. That would be fantastic. I would pay for that. Oh my God, that would be hilarious. So I know you're millennials, but man, y'all got to do better, man. And it's our fault. It's Gen X's fault because we created all this beautiful technology and we gave it to you guys. So it's our fault. So I take the blame too. So yeah, my Nightbot is a tyrant. It is. The Cool 1985. Name me one thing that me or Spartan has said that's been nonsensical. Just put it in the chat.
I don't give a fuck what y'all say.
Well, he said it was nonsense. I'm like, well, what is nonsense?
What's nonsense?
But no, he said that, not me. Social Jones says ray tracing is just an effect. You can ray trace without RTX cards. NVIDIA played you guys. Ray tracing is not a standard. But that's right, Social John. It's not yet. You know, I'm not here to say it
Oh,
won't be in
shit.
10 years, but again, this is why I'm avoiding. Like, if I get an NVIDIA card, I would just get the 1660 or the 2060 before I would get the 2070 because there's not enough. And look, I shout out to the people I've seen Control, the game Control, you know, the game
With
that they
ray
say
tracing?
flop with ray tracing on, and
That shit
it
is
man,
gorgeous.
yeah, the explosions, which look really good anyway, look fantastic.
I don't know.
So,
You seen Watch Those Legions with ray tracing, bro?
I have not
I
seen
was like,
that. No.
oh my fucking god! I was like, Jesus Christ! Like that game looks phenomenal with ray tracing. I just want to know when it fucking comes out.
Probably this fall or next year. Probably next
It was
year.
supposed to come out the beginning of this year.
Oh, well,
in
so
April.
it's been delayed too. When is Skull
Never
and
from last
Bones
year.
coming out? Because I do want to play that.
They
And
delayed
sink
that.
people. Yeah, I know. I want to play that and just sink people's ships. Like, I'm
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
have a crew. I'm not gonna have none of that. I'm just gonna go out there and blow people up out of the water.
So, like
So,
you said, you would do for Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves was trash. I mean, do not mention that on this
Was
podcast. Sea of Thieves is
was
trash. I mean, they had a Kraken that it was just a dark spot in the water. I mean, it was trash, dude. At least the Kraken in Gears 5, spoiler alert, that thing looked menacing. So
there was a
whoever did
Kraken
yeah,
in book.
that Kraken was great. So that was a great Kraken.
It was
So
a damn shame, Craig. There was a Kraken, a full body bloody Kraken
yes,
in Gears
with
3,
tentacles.
Gears 3, I believe, or Gears 2.
I
Which
think
one was the beginning? It was
I don't
Gears
know.
2.
Well, Gears
I think
2
it was
had the
Gears 2.
giant worm. What did the Gears 2
Right,
had the
it was 3.
worm? Yeah, that was
Yeah. So
yeah.
and there was one in both Resistance 2 and 3 that you had to beat on PS3. That's a damn shame. So you mean to tell me last gen consoles can develop a whole Kraken body, but the next gen console can't?
Yeah, it's talent. It's not that rare. And look, I
The
want
Xbox
Microsoft. Yeah, I want
360.
Microsoft to succeed. I'm not gonna buy it. So I mean, I want to see a Perfect Dark. I want to see a new Splinter Cell. I want to see another Gears game, whatever they can come out with. That's fine. I mean,
We
Fable,
might.
fine. Fable, fine.
Here we go.
Well, now something is. Go ahead and mute yourself. Because
Me?
no, the other somebody popped in and they have to mute themselves, and they pop back out. So, but yeah, but I do. Oh, and for anybody who was mad at the Star Wars stuff, all you incels, it has made $1 billion. It's made $1 billion.
Yeah, where's Wild? When that game Wild?
Okay, somebody's echoing.
Yeah, I guess
And
it's
it's-
accurate.
Hello?
Yo.
Yeah, mute the podcast. Mute the podcast because you're echoing.
All right, hold on.
Sorry. Well, let's see. Yeah, when is WoW coming out?
Well, that shit look fantastic as an idea when I first saw it.
Corey Massey said he's a reasonable professional troll. I'm trying to give him a chance to prove his point. So, and now he says Sony is broke. Okay,
Who said
that's
that?
all you got. The Coon 1985.
Yeah, cool as fuck.
So
Am I good now?
Yes, you are still. You have to mute the podcast. If you have the podcast on, just go to mute and mute the podcast.
Kicking their ass in this game, bro. Like,
Yeah, but
yo, this was a whole Spider-Man. Nigga, how can a guy who got bit by a spider be this strong? Like, that's how you know Stan Lee had to be on some drugs, man. Like, when he came up with the shit.
oh yeah, well that's pretty. He goes into why he can do what he can do. You know, God rest his soul. But all those characters are like that. So, you know, Aquaman can talk to the fishes. So Rice Eater says Microsoft art for gaming, none should give them any money. Well, I want them to succeed. I had a great time on my OG Xbox. I had a great time on my 360. It's not the console for me anymore. But unless PlayStation comes out there and says that PlayStation better come out there and say Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 with all the DLC is going to be able to play on PS5, or I will get a Series X, and just out of spite, I'll do it. So I'll do it out of spite. So I don't care if I have to give blood to do it. J-Bar, I made you a modder, so the Nightbot, anybody who is in blue, the Nightbot won't touch. But it's all you other guys that are not modded. The Nightbot is hungry like a wolf out there. So no echoing now. Okay, well, he's muted. That's why. He muted himself. But now I've been here for 2 hours, and this thing actually is working good. I need to learn how to add music, and I will do that. I'm about to say I'll do that on Monday. Because, man, this stinks. I have to work the weekend. First weekend I've had to work in 2 years.
Bro?
Yeah, I've had a pretty good schedule, so I can't complain. So I will not complain. I am not.
One time, that nigga sick had to work crazy, bro. I remember.
Yeah, I know. Yes, PlayStation 6 said I'm getting it anyway. Well, if I can't play Mass Effect on PS4 or PS5, then I'll be getting it. So
I think that it might be best compatible. I might believe that rumor a bit for some reason because Sony have yet to deny the shit. They usually deny everything.
Yeah.
So for them not to deny the shit, and then them keep using the word legacy of PlayStation, like literally at CES. The same day people was talking about the rumor, he was talking about the legacy we have with PlayStation. And he had all 4 PlayStations on the screen. I'm like, this motherfucker, like, say something if it's going to happen or what. Like, if they're not going to have it, then it's not going to have it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think everything will be answered here hopefully soon for everybody. So, but all right, guys, I started streaming like 90 minutes ago. I am going to bounce like a check, and actually start gaming. I have to eat lunch and then start gaming. So
already eat lunch.
So, but I'll try to stream my games. So on PC if I can get that to work right. So. But all right then. All right. What if the new person is in here? What's going on? Who is this? And what's happening?
All right. Am I still echoing?
No, you go.
No.
All right. Yeah, this is Cope 901.
What's happening,
love
brother?
your chat. Yeah, what's going on, man? What's going on? Sorry, it's so late in the chat. Just working.
Hey.
While I'm driving, just listening. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, I wanted to chime in, but it seems like it's too late. So,
no, go ahead and chime in.
Probably next time.
Nah, go ahead and chime in, man. You got the floor. Go ahead, brother.
I mean, you guys already discussed everything, so I just wanted to put my own input in terms of the gaming.
Well, you can go ahead. You can go ahead. We'll extend it for about 10 more minutes, so you can have your say.
All right, so let's. I think you guys were talking about the RDNA thing with regarding Xbox and PlayStation. A lot of these. I just don't get it. I kind of laugh at it. I don't know, probably because I game on PC a lot, but I kind of laugh at it because I'm like, wait a minute, we're all talking about things that's just based on speculation. There's just no official news from Microsoft, Sony, nor AMD. We're talking about RDNA 2. We have no idea what RDNA 2 is about.
Right.
But you got guys talking about, okay, it's going to be in the system, and I'm like, how do you know that? You know what I mean? Like, I could say, like with like they talk about 12 teraflops, they talk about the 9.2, and I'm saying to myself, yeah, it's nice to speculate, it's nice to talk about a little bit, but it's like we have really no ground. It's just we just have like a generalization. Like they say, all right, we're gonna we're gonna have a Navi-based GPU. We're gonna have a Zen 2 CPU, and it's like that's all we got, really. We don't really have like a definitive spec details, So it's like sometimes I like listening to podcasts, but it's just like, man, like we don't really have hardcore evidence from. I mean, like Craig always say it, like we're just talking about rumors and speculation. There's no hardcore details where we can really fit these consoles and say, yes, this is exactly what it's going to be. And on top of that, we don't even have AMD cards that's like say 12 teraflops or even have RDNA 2. So it's like, yeah, it's nice to talk about, but it's like this it's just so hard to talk about too, because it's like, there's no hard evidence of, yes, this is what's on these systems. It's just rumors. And you have Sony not saying nothing. You have Microsoft really not saying nothing. You're just hearing it from this, and it seems like everybody has an inside source. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I have an inside source. I have an inside source. So it's like, damn, I don't know how to gauge this. It's just like, who has the real official inside source? It's like
Sony and
everybody got a
Microsoft.
No,
source.
none of them do. They're reading off of
So it's like
people.
it's
Well,
tough. It's nice to listen to because I like gaming,
uh-huh.
but it's just like, come on, guys, like we don't get official. We don't have official um, news from the companies. They're
Well,
not saying nothing. We're just
well,
hearing from this source or that source, or, oh, I got an insider. I'm like, okay, it seems like everybody got an insider. But I could say I got an insider. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
I'm
they're
just
they're
saying.
going off of something called Reset Era, and the whole thing about the sources is that they just 2 weeks ago the PlayStation was 9.2 T flops, and
Right.
so now that it's not, now there's another rumor. That was a rumor. Now the new rumor is it's
You,
it's
you,
it's
you see what
10.
you see where we're getting at, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like right now I'm just waiting for Sony to come out with an event, hopefully next month, because I'm actually tired of the speculations, really. Just like, yo, just tell us, hey, we're gonna have an event, we're gonna talk about the PlayStation 5, and hopefully Microsoft does the same, because I really don't want to hear at E3 about, this is the spec we got, this is how it runs. I just want to see the games. You know what I mean? I just want to see what exclusive, compelling games that they got on the table. And Sony, they always deliver. They always bring out some good exclusive games. Not all of them, but some of them. So that's all I want to hear about, and what these consoles are going to push, because gaming on PC, sometimes I'd be like, yo, these consoles are really holding back my system. You know what
Well,
I
but
mean? It's like,
That is
yeah,
correct.
they've said what it's
you know,
going to be capable of. Now we just have to wait and see if they deliver on it. They said they were going to have 3D
I
audio.
hope
If you have,
so.
yeah, if they have the headsets, you'll get
Definitely
3D
correct.
audio
Right,
sound. If you have the proper display, you're going to get a
right,
4K native gaming. Not all of it. Not all of it is going to be
right,
4K native. You're going to have some 60
right,
FPS games. You're going to have checkerboarding games. They're still going to do that. It's just a matter of will they
right.
deliver and ray tracing on some of the games. So that's
Oh,
it. That's what they're going
most
to do.
definitely.
Craig, you asking
And
if a
here's the
hardware
thing, like,
deliver hardware
oh, I'm
features?
sorry, like,
Well, the hardware features that they have confirmed is what I would expect the console to deliver. That's it. I wouldn't
yeah, and
expect anything else.
even with even with ray tracing, we don't know. We don't have any AMD cards that has those capabilities in terms of like hardware ray tracing. We have software. We see how it's able to run in certain softwares that have like those ray tracing based on software, but like we don't really have a hardware to really base it on games. Where it's like, okay, I see where this AMD card is like, able to run, and then I'm not gonna say, okay, because I have this PC, the consoles are gonna run it just like that, because with the consoles they optimize it, at times a bit better than PCs sometimes. So we just don't know how tracing is really gonna affect these consoles. Like, really, are we gonna have like 4K 60 ray tracing game on
Nope.
these next gen consoles? Because I don't think so. Because 2080 Ti, it's just laughable. when it comes to like ray tracing at 4K. Barely can do it. You know, it's like it's running like what 4K 30 or 25 frames per second or even 60 frames per second. So we just don't know how these developers are going to really use this technology to really push forward on games, because I really think ray tracing could really really like, if they really use it the way I think they're supposed to use it, man, it's going to be a game changer, man. I really think it's going to be a game changer, you know. And also there's something I wanted to talk about too, like, you know, with like the Xbox Series X, where, you know, you had some people complaining about you know, the exclusives, something about like, you know, the Series X are not going to have exclusives for the first 2 years. You know, I think in a way, in a consoles, like whenever next gen consoles ever come out, it's always kind of like that. You know, I think it's going to just be scalable. These games are going to be scalable. My only thing is, I just don't want it where it's like, especially comes to the Jaguar CPU, there's just ultimate limitations, you know. So it's like I don't want it to be like a crutch to next gen gaming. You know what I mean? Next gen games, where it's like even with the Switch, I know they've been able to scale games like the Witcher, even though to me it looks like crap, but it's still playable based on that portable device. You know, so yeah, they can scale games. I think with the x86 architecture, you know, there's a lot of games that can really, really be scalable towards the future. But I just don't want them to just really concentrate on like old hardware. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
with the PC, if you just don't hit the requirements, you just gotta upgrade. You know what I mean? So that's just basically my 2 cents on the matter.
It all
Okay.
comes to how well the firmware
Yeah.
is optimized and it doesn't
Yo,
run
Keon,
better,
me
that
and you
is.
used to be on that channel that
Firmware
he
in
mentioned
games
as
doesn't
Jack
run
Reacher,
better
right?
than the
So
firmware,
we
and the
know
Huh?
doesn't
all
Say
mean
it
about
again.
like
nada.
remember the channel we was on, me and you, where we had you, me, Corey Massey, and we deal with all the people with the speculation.
Right,
Shout
right,
out to
right,
Vigor
right.
for the with the super chat. It was red.
Hey, do you know he's
Appreciate
still
you.
doing that shit every day?
Oh, really?
Yeah, every day still every damn day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, again, and I'm all for
Wow.
like okay, the speculation about Sony buying studios. There's
Right.
actual things that you can look at, indicators that indicates that they have bought something. Now, what we can now that's the truth. The speculation comes in on which studios did they buy. That's what people are speculating on. Now, did they buy
You
something?
know,
There's some indicators that they've bought something. Now, what did they buy? It could be nothing. It could be a small studio. It may be a large studio.
that's
People are
true.
just putting out what
That's
they
true.
want. So, but yeah,
Well,
I my
you know,
under. Go ahead.
I think more so it's like with these companies, you know, the more studios, the more content. You know,
Yeah,
I think, you know what I'm saying? Like with Microsoft, hopefully, you know, they have AAA games. I don't want no, you know, double A or just or single A games, to be honest with you. But you know, I think if you push more content, you're gonna have a lot of people playing on your platform. And then, you know, Microsoft, in my opinion, I think it's genius. You know, where you're not just reaching out to just one certain platform. You're trying to reach to all platforms in terms of gaming. I think you'll reach more gamers. You know, you're gonna have PC guys where I'm just gonna stay on the PC. You know, so it's like, or you'll have people that just, you know, don't really play, or I'm just gonna stay mobile. You know, so I think it's a smart thing, and I think Sony will pick up on that with PlayStation now. You know, they definitely better have a better in terms of cloud gaming. That 720p crap. Uh, I'm sorry,
It's
they just got to
1080.
do better than that. You
yeah.
know,
Well, let me
Yep.
I
read
can't play
let
at
me read
720p.
Vigor's super chat because everybody talk. All right, so
Go
my
ahead.
my OBS is set up when people super chat, it will read it out loud. So, but I'll read this one
All
out
right.
loud. Rudy Legends is right. There were people talking when the robot was talking. So, so Vigor, shout out to you for the 1119 second. He says this is the second one today. I appreciate you, brother. It says it all comes down. Sorry, it all comes to how well the firmware is optimized in the hardware. Hardware doesn't run better. that is firmware, and games doesn't run better than the firmware and the hardware. T-flops doesn't matter. Doesn't mean nada. I agree. That look, Zaddy months ago said the T-flop war is over. And even though Zaddy
Who's
said
Zaddy?
that, Zaddy said
Digital
that,
Foundry.
yeah. And when they said that, and like when you repeat that, they get the people get mad. Like, well, how are we going to know? How are we going to determine what is going to do what? Because they're both going to do the same thing. The difference is Sony will have VR, Microsoft will not. Now, I can say that with confidence because Mark Cerny has said that VR is still going to be part of what Sony does, and Phil Spencer has said we ain't doing it for Xbox. So that's it. It's over. That's the only thing that the Xbox will do differently is nothing. And same with the PlayStation 5. They're both going to do the exact same things. I know people don't like to hear that, but that's the truth. The truth is the truth. Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter what reality you want to put out there. I get it. You make money off of your console lore, but it's over. You got Matt Shake Your Booty come out and say he don't want no smoke with the PS5. He wants no smoke. So it's over. It's done.
Well, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think there's just a better picture with Microsoft. Microsoft is just not, and I think Sony hiddenly, it's not just gonna be about the consoles, man. I think you got if you're gonna reach gamers, you also got to hit them in different places. You can't just be like, all right, just concentrating on just one platform. Gamers are everywhere. They're in every single you know um basically there's different platforms where you can play games.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Microsoft is seeing the bigger picture, in my opinion. The consoles, in a way, I think one of the Sony executives was saying that consoles is kind of niche, where you're gonna
PC,
have
yeah.
guys, especially casual gamers, where it's like, yo, provide me with an app and let me play all your games. You're gonna have gamers like that, where it's like, I'd rather just play cloud gaming. Me, I don't want it that way. But you're gonna have gamers where, hey, I rather play at that space. So I really think you're gonna see Sony really branching a little bit more. Especially like with the MLB. I always thought that should have been always multi-platform. There's certain games where it should be reached out to more gamers. And your exclusives, like your Horizon Zero Dawn, yeah, you could stay with your like within your platform, and I totally understand. But I think there's some games where I think Sony should reach out to more gamers, not just based on their console, because not everybody wants a PlayStation. We got billions of gamers, and I think it's better to reach those billions, not the millions. So, and I think there's a lot of investment in that, and I think Microsoft and Sony will do very well on that picture. I don't think Microsoft is just concentrating on just just the console.
Well, they
I
can't.
think they're
The
just
consoles
trying to
fail. The console failed.
they're trying to reach gamers in different avenues, and I think that's a great thing.
Well, again, they have to
Um,
though. They have to expand
you know,
because the console failed, and the console's a
Didn't Sony do
failure.
it first though? Like
Oh
they
yeah,
showed
yeah.
the
So
full
console
picture.
did, yeah. Sony did remote play and all that kind of stuff. So
well, you
but
also got to understand You also got to understand Microsoft too. They're really a software
oh yeah, I
based
know,
company.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
But
it's
when they launched their Xbox,
it's
all right, then but when they launched their first Xbox, it had exclusives on it.
right,
So they were trying to drive people to get. I just it had Knights of the Old Republic, it had Halo, it had
right,
Splinter Cell.
right,
None of that was available on
right,
PC or PlayStation.
right,
So yeah, look,
right,
they have a failed product in a sense as a global product. They're not the first company it's happened to,
right,
won't be the last company. But as far as Sony putting games back and forth on PC, yeah, I've always thought
right,
any game that's a possible esports game, and baseball is huge in Japan, it's huge in the United States.
right,
So yeah, I mean, FIFA is at esports, Madden's an esports. So you got soccer, you got
right,
football. So why not have baseball? But at the end of the day, I think Sony will make that baseball game for maybe 3 more years, and then I
right.
think it's San Diego is rumored to be working on something else now. And I think they'll start putting teams over there. Then they'll let that license go, but it'll already be a multi-plat game. So,
Okay.
no, it's yeah, I agree. I would not equate Sony to Microsoft because they make money
Right.
differently, and
Different reasons.
yeah, and for
And then
different
like
reasons.
Microsoft, it's like, I did say software based, but I meant to say a service based company.
Yeah, well,
You know,
that's
in
what they've
terms of
always been.
service,
Yeah, when they
they
walked into
they
IBM,
like
they
to
were
reach
service.
out everywhere, especially with their operating system, especially with
Yeah,
Office. So why not like do things that makes you money? You
well, they
know, so
are.
it's like, all
That's what
right,
they're doing.
let's go that route, right?
Yeah,
That
they
route.
are. Yeah,
You know,
that's
so
what Microsoft is
if
doing.
we're just gonna concentrate on consoles, I think Sony really kind of got that in the bag in a way.
Well,
My
Sony
only
and
thing is
Nintendo,
what
Sony and Nintendo have that in the
you
bag.
know. Oh, I can't stand Nintendo, but
Well, but
that's
they
just
My
more
with
so in
thing
my
is
console,
opinion.
but as far as consoles,
Um,
they have it in
right,
the
right,
bag.
right.
So, you know.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, got another
You know,
super chat. Hold on. The super chat has to be read.
all right,
Let the computer do its job.
I
gotcha.
guess McDonald's should sell Big Macs at Burger King and Wendy's.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Dark side happy. You got look. Microsoft when they were founded because Bill Gates bought a program to help IBM. So Microsoft's always been service based. So that to me, Game
Yeah.
Pass makes sense because that's what their
Oh yeah,
DNA is. So, but at the end of the day, no, I would not
that's a
equate
moneymaker.
Nintendo to Sony or Sony to Microsoft because they're even though they have the same type of consumer product to go buy, people consume it as you just said different ways. Somebody who's a mobile
In
gamer
different
isn't
ways.
going to spend
Yeah,
thousands of dollars on a console or stuff like
right.
that. So they're
And then
making money.
like with
They're making money.
Microsoft with their cloud service base, you know, with I guess implementing that with Game Pass, they can try to reach the mobile gamer. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? There's some gamers you're just not gonna reach, you
yeah.
know, if you don't expand your platform. You know, so I think Microsoft what they're doing is extremely smart. All they have to do is come out with more compelling first party games. Compelling. Remember when I say compelling. Interesting to me, not like some kiddie game like what you call it. What's that fish game? I don't even remember
Well,
it.
hell, with
But
that fish
you
game.
know,
What
it's
about
not
that game where those kids get
uh,
shrunk and they get chased by
the
a
4K chicken
ladybug?
that you always talk
Oh
about.
yeah, well that's Sea of
Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves.
Man, that was
Sea of
trash.
Thieves.
That was
Yeah, you
straight
know,
up trash. That's blasphemy.
it's a
You can't.
game that's not it's a game it's a game that's not compelling to me, and it reached a certain audience,
Yeah, it
you
did.
know,
It did do
but
that.
it's not a game that's compelling to me. So what Microsoft has to do is just come out with more compelling exclusives, a little bit more mature audience, and I think they got it, you know. And Sony will continue doing what they're doing.
Well, we'll have to wait and
Nintendo, I'm
see.
sorry,
We'll have to
I
wait
don't
and see.
subscribe to Nintendo. That's more for my kids, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I think both companies, all companies will. I in all honesty, I think I want all of them to succeed. You know what I'm saying? And I love competition. Yes, that's
No,
good, to an
from
extent. But
Nintendo
I want
nigga.
all of them to succeed. You know what I mean? All of them to succeed. Nintendo, they just need to, you know,
Uh,
change up some things,
No,
and
why?
probably I'll get back to it. You know?
Well, they don't have to
fuck,
change up
fuck
anything
them niggas
because.
Nintendo,
Well, hold
man.
on,
Niggas
smart
will
guy.
beat.
No, for
Well,
me,
okay, I'm just saying
for
they don't really
me,
have to change. Well, they're
it's just
not. They're
being
not.
selfish. You know what I
Oh, okay,
mean?
yeah. Well, they're not
You
catering to
know?
you. If they can come out with a console
Of
or
course.
with what they got and it
Right.
outsell a competitor in whatever
Right.
29 months, they don't have to change nothing. They're not going to
True,
because
true,
that
true.
that means that the person or persons they're gonna have to change or they just don't enjoy
True, true.
playing Breath of the Wild or whatever Mario or Pokemon. I mean, I don't play
True.
those games either, but I'm not the gamer that they're looking for. You're right. You brought up your kids. Your,
That's
your
true.
kids probably love that. And at one point,
Oh,
I
they
was a
love it.
Nintendo
They
guy. I
love it.
played Contra and put in the and played all that
They
stuff
loved
on
it.
Nintendo. So I had my day on
Better.
Nintendo and Duck Hunt and
You know,
played with
I
the
always
family.
thought like with Nintendo, they could still do that, but still reach more mature audience. I think they could still do that. You know,
No, they
but to
can't.
me, I think there's just a certain concentration for them, and it's like it works,
Mhm.
and it makes them a lot of money. You know,
So are there no Final
so
Fantasy games on the Nintendo system anymore? I do think,
on Nintendo.
yeah. Do they not make Final for? Because that's where I first played a Final Fantasy game was on the Nintendo system, not on a
I don't think so.
PlayStation.
Um, I mean, in the
Yeah, I
past,
would hope
yes,
so.
but I can't.
I mean, it was
I don't
years
know. I don't
ago.
know
I
in
mean, it
the
was years ago.
future.
I'm showing my age.
You
I
know.
thought there was. I can't remember what Final Fantasy I played on the Nintendo system. Sick Humor said, "Ain't no
Yeah.
handouts in this game. Work for my dollars or get the." I agree, Sick. No, I mean, no. You're and I do. And Super Chat was right. McDonald's does not need to be selling Big Macs at Burger King because then you in essence take away one of the reasons why you go to McDonald's. McDonald's has other stuff to buy, so yeah, they want the Big Mac is up there on their menu. So, and the same with the Burger King with the Whopper. Chick-fil-A is not going to start selling hamburgers tomorrow. So,
I mean, they probably might.
yeah,
They might.
yeah. Chick-fil-A may make a hamburger, but it's doubtful because they say on the side of the building, "Home of the chicken sandwich." Not home of the hamburger. Yeah.
It's really called Chick-fil-A's for
Yeah.
adult.
It's called Chick-fil-A, not Chick Burger Filet. Yeah. No, you're right. So I'm just kind of reading the chat. So, Rice Eater, you're silly.
Let me be honest with you. Most of the Nintendo audience who have a Switch are adults.
Yeah,
Don't
most of the
let
ones
that
that I
fool
know.
you.
I know a couple people that bought it for their kids. Let me make that clear. But most of the people
You
that I
lying,
know,
bro.
like Snow
It'd be
Bunny
for them.
and Foxy Games, they have the Switch and they love it. They love it. They swear by it. So which is cool. So
Yeah, it's cool.
but burgers should be for everybody. Well, speaking of that, I may get me a burger. I got some hamburger I can cook today. I may go ahead and fire that up. Yeah, it's getting me hungry too, Coon85. Matter of fact, I am hungry. It's 10:30. I haven't eaten anything. But I see breaking news that let's see here. Nancy Pelosi is announcing her impeachment managers. So they're about to send these articles over to the Senate here in the next 48 hours. So, all right, guys, we're going to get out of here. I am going to do another podcast later on about SYSBM. That is Save Yourself, Black Man. If you're not interested in it, that will be on StreamYards. That's going to be about 5 o'clock. I'll just do it at 5 o'clock. But I'm going to be gaming. I'm going to eat some hamburgers. So, and all that good stuff. So, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I do appreciate you all coming on and everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Jay Barry, The Coon, Social John, Sam As, Viger, JP Loco. Man, stay safe down there in Australia, man. Rice Eater. Rice, you got to change your name. Everybody gave the super chat. Jemiah Dixon, Darkside Havoc.
Why he gotta change his name?
To who? Who's
Why
name?
Rice Eater gotta change his name?
No, because it's Rice Eater. It could be considered out. It's considered out of the norm. But I keep it going. JP Local, stay safe. Rudy of Legends, Big Cloud Gaming. Thanks for the tech update there. We could not hear Spartan God or the other guests. So Mission Deception 62. Shout out to your brother Corey Massey. Everybody that was here this morning, early this morning. Everybody, just keep it gaming. And remember, play the games or the terrorists win. Peace.